In their final submissions at the Supreme Court today, lawyers representing Raila Odinga and Martha Karua cited the 50+1 constitutional threshold, telling the court that President-elect William Ruto did not meet the requirement. The petitioners told the court that the results had been engineered by the IEBC to project Ruto as the winner. Samogina reports.
The petitioners zeroed in on the contested question of voter turnout, telling the Supreme Court that President-elect William Ruto's win never met the 50%+1 constitutional threshold.
That at various times, the IEBC gives different figures. At one time, it uses the figure of 65.4%. At another time, it uses the figure of 64.6%. It is our submission, my lords, my lady, that the premise upon which IEBC proceeds is wrong, and that the reason for this moving target is so as to manipulate the question voter turnout, to come to a conclusion that the 9th respondent met the constitutional threshold when they didn't.
It is impossible to get a hold of the number that was used either for the 50+1 or for the tallying or for the verification, which, as you have heard, was changed 3 times.
Consequently, Odinga asked the court to overturn President-elect William Ruto's victory as the numbers did not add up.
My submissions are that these figures are cooked, they were worked backwards to achieve a certain figure, but fortunately on the Form 34C, the smoking gun is seen. And since figures don't lie, and if the math doesn't add up, then this court should quash the results.
Because the Constitution says how we should conduct elections. It does not matter whether you get 10 million votes or 20 million votes. If you get it by falsifying documents, however the numbers you end up getting in an election, that would not be the kind of election contemplated under Article 81 of the Constitution.
We have stated in our father affidavit, it's a numbers thing. If 700,000 people did not vote and you adjust it whichever way you want, you will still have a figure of 300,000. So now the long and short of it, my ladies and my lords, is this. Unless you excuse IEBC, and they did not ask you to excuse them, then you must find that the numbers in petition number 7 could have altered if those people had voted the results of the general election.
The petitioners' defense teams poked holes on the Electoral Commission statistics, claiming the analysis on the IEBC tallies casted doubt than inspire confidence.
When you have a process where the numbers are so adulterated, where the forms are so compromised, what numbers are we talking about? Numbers that have been verified or quote-unquote tallied in an unconstitutional matter.
Their course must restate the duty of IEBC to protect the vote at all times in every place, and that it cannot pass the buck to parties when wrongs happen, and also must put the obligation on every contestant in an election that if you meet a place where there is no agent, it does not give you a right to steal.
But even though they try to take time to tamper with the voter turnout, they do not achieve that target. The last point on
the 50%+1 constitutional threshold is among the issues the 7-judge Supreme Court bench is set to rule on when it delivers its judgment of the election before midnight on Monday. Samogina, Citizen TV, Nairobi.